The difference between e-commerce and m-commerce. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the difference between e-commerce and m-commerce, something that a lot of people think they already understand but often take lightly. Today we are diving into the real difference between e-commerce and m-commerce. On the surface, it might sound like the only difference is the operating device you're using. But truth be told, there's a lot more going on under the rock, behaviorally, technologically, and strategically. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand how e-commerce and m-commerce are opposites, but also which ticks all the boxes and meets the needs for your business or your shopping trends in 2025. So, whether you're a shopaholic, a future entrepreneur, or just someone trying to work out and understand the digital world, stay seated. This is going to be a deep dive, with no unnecessary time wasting. Let's start with the basics. E-commerce stands for electronic commerce. It refers to the buying and selling of goods or services through the internet. This can happen on a laptop, an aids-top, or actually any internet-connected device. If you've ever shopped on Amazon, eBay, or used a store's official website to order a product, you've engaged in e-commerce. On the other hand, m-commerce or mobile commerce is a specific subset of e-commerce. It refers to shopping, payments, and transactions that happen on mobile devices like smartphones or tablets. While it falls under the broader e-commerce umbrella, m-commerce is unique in that it involves mobile-specific features like fingerprint authentication, location tracking, QR scanning, and push notifications. So to put it simply, all m-commerce is e-commerce, but not all e-commerce is m-commerce. They're related, but their differences are significant and becoming more important as time goes on. A short history lesson. To really understand where we are now, let's look back. E-commerce began in the 1990s. In 1994, a man bought a Sting CD online, the very first secure retail transaction on the internet. A year later, Amazon and eBay launched and changed everything. Suddenly, anyone with a computer and a dial-up connection could shop without leaving their home. E-commerce grew steadily, but in 2007, everything changed. The iPhone came out, and it didn't just give us a new kind of phone, it gave us a new kind of internet. A mobile one. As smartphones became more powerful and 3G networks expanded, people began shopping on their phones. That's when m-commerce really took off. In 2014, Apple Pay made secure mobile payments more accessible. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, both e-commerce and m-commerce skyrocketed as people avoided physical stores. As of 2024, mobile commerce isn't just a convenience, it's a major economic force. Globally, m-commerce sales were estimated to hit $0.7 trillion, and experts predict they'll reach over $11 trillion by 2033. That's more than 4 times today's size in less than a decade. Now let's discuss the technical differences between e-commerce and m-commerce. Now that we've got the history down, let's talk about how e-commerce and m-commerce are technically different. When you shop via e-commerce on a desktop or laptop, you're usually dealing with a large screen, a keyboard, a mouse, and a stable internet connection. Websites are designed with lots of space and flexibility for layouts, sidebars, and long product descriptions. You can open multiple tabs, compare products, and read reviews in detail. In contrast, m-commerce is designed for the small screen. Everything is simplified and touch-friendly. Buttons are bigger so your thumbs can tap them easily. Text is shorter, images are compressed, and checkout processes are streamlined for speed. Even the checkout options differ. On desktop, you might manually enter your card information. But on mobile, you're more likely to use Apple Pay, Google Pay, or another digital wallet. You might confirm a purchase with your fingerprint or face, something that doesn't happen on desktop. On a technical level, m-commerce also involves things like mobile push notifications, GPS-based offers, and the ability to scan barcodes or QR codes using your phone's camera. These are experiences that traditional e-commerce doesn't support as easily. Also, websites on desktop can afford to be heavier and more complex because most people have stable Wi-Fi or Ethernet connections. But m-commerce platforms must be optimized for speed, data savings, and sometimes even offline functionality via caching. Now let's talk about how consumers behave on each platform. So how do people actually behave on these platforms? The answer: differently. Desktop shopping sessions tend to be longer. People take their time to browse, compare, and research. It's not uncommon to see average sessions lasting 5 to 7 minutes. Desktops are where people go when they want to think carefully about a purchase, especially expensive or complex ones. Mobile, on the other hand, is all about speed and convenience. People might browse while waiting in line, during a commercial break, or even while walking. Mobile sessions are short, around 2 to 3 minutes on average, but they happen more frequently throughout the day. Interestingly, cart abandonment rates are higher on mobile, around 80% compared to desktop, which is around 69%. That might sound like bad news, but there's a reason for it. Mobile shopping is often spontaneous. People add items to their cart with the intention of finishing the purchase later, and in many cases, they do just on a different device. In fact, studies show that around 65% of shoppers start their buying journey on mobile but complete it on desktop. This behavior is known as a cross-device journey, and it's incredibly common in today's multi-screen world. Now let's talk about the business advantages of each. Both e-commerce and m-commerce offer unique advantages to businesses. Let's start with e-commerce. On desktop, you have room for detailed product pages, size guides, reviews, upselling tools, and even custom product builders. It's easier to display large images and videos, and users are often more focused, since they're less likely to be distracted by notifications or messages. But mobile commerce offers something incredibly powerful: presence. A mobile app icon sits right on the user's home screen. Businesses can send push notifications to remind people of a sale or abandoned cart. And thanks to features like geolocation, companies can send targeted offers based on where someone is, like a discount when they're near a physical store. Mobile also enables faster checkouts through one-tap payments and store delivery info, and let's not forget about loyalty. Many apps offer points, badges, or gamified experiences that keep people coming back. A lot of companies these days have this built-in ecosystem around mobile ordering and rewards. So, while desktop may drive bigger, more deliberate purchases, mobile drives frequency, convenience, and retention. What are the common challenges and limitations within the two? Of course, neither platform is perfect. Each comes with its own set of challenges. On mobile, security and trust can be harder to manage. Smaller screens can hide important warning signs, making users more vulnerable to phishing attacks or fake stores. There's also the issue of platform fragmentation. There are thousands of Android device models, all with different screen sizes and software versions, which makes design and development more complicated. Apps also require constant updates, and not everyone installs them right away. In contrast, websites update instantly, but face their own issues like slow page load times, especially on older devices or poor connections. On the desktop side, one major concern is that cookie tracking is becoming less reliable. As privacy regulations like GDPR and CCPA tighten, and browsers move away from third-party cookies, retargeting users and personalizing experiences becomes harder. If you're a business owner or marketer, the big question is, should you focus more on e-commerce or m-commerce? The answer depends on your audience. Start by analyzing your traffic. If more than 60% of your visits come from mobile, and that's increasingly the case for most businesses, then your mobile experience needs to be a top priority. Consider investing in a progressive web app or native app, especially if you want to take advantage of push notifications and loyalty features. But don't neglect desktop. For big-ticket items or complex sales processes, desktop often leads to higher conversion rates. The best strategy: don't choose one or the other. Create a seamless experience across both platforms. Make sure your site is responsive, your checkouts are streamlined, and your content is optimized for both long attention spans and short bursts of activity. So there you have it, the real difference between e-commerce and m-commerce. One isn't better than the other, they're just different tools for different situations. E-commerce is great for deep, deliberate shopping. M-commerce is perfect for fast, on-the-go convenience. And in today's world, most of us switch between both without even thinking about it. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe for more weekly insights, and let me know in the comments, what's the last thing you bought on your phone, and what's the last thing you bought on your computer? See you in the next video, inshallah. Bye.